Salutare tuturor! Sunt Oaină și bine ați venit la un nou episod de Hogwarts Legacy. Astăzi o să merg la profesorul Fig în clasa lui, pentru că el are nevoie de mine acolo. O să merg pe aceste scări, o să urc la etaj. Iar clasa lui este pe aici. Am ieșit în exterior. Am din nou pe în acest pod. În turnul apărării contra magiei negre. Și trebuie să cobor aici jos. Nu trebuie să urc, scuzați. Bun. O iau la dreapta și aici este clasa unde se ține ora de apărare contra magiei negre. Și vedem aici birou profesorului. Avem un quest. Să vedem ce vrea Fig de la mine. Trebuie să duc cartea profesorului Fig aici în biroul lui.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Fig.
Ai un vizitator.
Visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Vedem ce pot să aflu.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
Asta este cartea pe care o căutăm.
What? That's...
What? Yeah?
Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Hai să vedem ce e acolo. Aici discută ceva.
Oh dear.
Câteva de pagini se pare că cineva a avut cartea înaintea noastră.
Someone has got to the book before us.
Dar cine?
I will need time to study what
Poate putem
remains.
să avem ceva folositor, dar s-ar putea să dureze ceva timp.
I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir.
Am văzut
I
două
saw two
memorii
more
unde
memories where I found the book.
am găsit cartea.
Another pensive.
Un alt
Godric's
pensiv.
heart.
The man we saw before, Percival
Percival
Rackham, was a
a
professor
fost un
here.
profesor aici.
The first memory showed him and three other professors using ancient magic to restore a
A
hamlet from
reușit
a
să
drought.
restaureze
Miriam
un
was
sat.
right. And the second
Și a doua
memory?
They were
memorie.
talking to a student who started as a fifth year, like I did. She could see traces of magic
Poate
too.
vede
Why those
urme de
memories?
magie. Poate cartea asta va
Perhaps
explica.
this book will explain.
Trebuie
Now I'll have to
cercetată.
take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about
Despre
George's
moartea
death.
lui când a fost mâncat de către dragon.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we
Trebuie să
know
știm mai
more.
multe despre acest lucru. Desigur.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn
O
about the
să
missing
văd ce
pages
pot să
while you're
găsesc
gone.
despre paginile.
Don't neglect your
Lipsa.
studies.
Nu
Your wand
neglija
work is
studiile.
improving by the day. But you'll want to pay
Munca
attention
ta
in
cu
herbology
bagheta se
and
îmbunătățește
potions.
pe fiecare zi ce
There's more to
trece.
magic than
Dar trebuie să
spellcasting.
Plenty to keep
mergi
me
la ore de
occupied while you're gone.
ierbologie
You've done
și
exceptionally well. I look
poțiuni.
forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends.
Aș nu neglija
You may be
prietenii.
surprised by how much you can learn from them
Deci
as
e
well.
surprins să afli cât de mult poți învăța de la ei. Bun. Acum ce trebuie făcut? Să păsesc clasa.
Protego!
It's time to prove your dueling metal and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed ones. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Acum,
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible.
întâlnește-mă în Lower Hogwarts. Ar vrea să vorbesc puțin despre locuri și Hello. Mi-ar place să fim înainte, în afara castelului. Bun. Deschidem harta. Și unde e? Aici. Bun. Sunt comunități din jurul hărții. Lower Hogsfield. Asta este sătucul. Bun. Am înțeles.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my
Trebuie
classroom.
să fac mai întâi lucrurile și apoi să mă întâlnesc în clasă. La ea, spune doamna profesoară. Și acum trebuie să merg la clasa de... Ce te-ai făcut? Clasa de Ierbologie. Doamna profesoară ăsta pe de acolo în săile... în seria de cărți de la J.K. Rowling. Era șefa casei asta pufilor. Să vedem ce trebuie să fac la acea oră. Ierbologia este una dintre materiile pe care le-a promovat Harry Potter, Ron și Hermione. Au luat câte un of la acele materii. Și au putut să meargă mai departe în clase avansate la acele teste își doresc extrem de epuizante. Coborâm pe aici. Ce lișește? Am ajuns în altă zonă a castelului. Mă luăm spre est, coborâm acum spre nord. Aici este sera, unde se va ține ora. Și începem. Gaunt. Oră foarte interesantă.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. Your
Am nevoie de
new
asta
today's
pentru ora de
class.
astăzi.
A little treat for your auntie. Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Primiți pe nou
We do look forward
trandafir
to growing together.
din grădină.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the
Doamna
most
Gali
important
e
thing
destul de
cultivated
simpatică.
in herbology is knowledge.
Este
The
cunoștința.
prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous
Venemus
tentacular than
tentacula.
the bouncing
Sunt plante
bomb.
din astea carnivore.
Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves
Mă
with the
tăcună asta,
mellifluous
man de
tuber
drut.
known as
E aia
the
care
mandrake root.
revitaliza oamenii împiețiți.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable,
Hai
shall
să
we?
ne protejăm urichiușele.
First, let's protect our ears.
Punem căști din astea.
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Trebuie să atingem acele mătăgune. Așa. Oh, ce tipă aceste măsăgune, zic că niște puteri între ea. O, să-mi fac ferestrele.
Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new
Puneți plante înapoi. Gata, am pus înapoi în vază, în ghiveci. Ah, ce bine. Ce tipă aceste măsăgune.
Envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo!
Reparo. Ah, s-a refăcut ferestrele.
I'm very sorry about that.
Îmi pare rău despre
Yours was a
asta.
bit mature, I'm afraid.
Acesta este un pic prematur.
Splendid work, everyone.
Muncă splendidă pentru fiecare.
Now for our next task, we'll be
Acum trebuie să
planting
punem
Potiuni our potting tables.
prăsinele.
You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Bun. Hai să vorbim cu doamna Galic. Ce vrea dânsa?
Yes, Professor.
Da, doamna
Firstly,
profesoară.
well done with your mandrake.
Te-ai
They
descurcat foarte
can
bine
be
cu
rather
mătăgunele.
difficult to get a grasp of.
E pot fi destul de greu de manevrat.
I'll say. Nearly went deaf.
Aproape am suzit.
Well, yes. Of
Da,
course, the
desigur.
cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to
unei
keep those ears
mătăgune
protected.
fatale
Now, as I mentioned,
poate fi
next
fatal.
we'll be planting dittany.
Acum trebuie să
Let us find you some seeds.
plantăm
I
prăsinele.
already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
Am
You visited the
câteva
magic neep.
seminte de prăsină.
Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the
Bun.
seeds there now,
Să
and you can
plantez
return to
acele
harvest them
semințe.
later. Even with soil,
Și
sunlight,
apoi cu
and a
sol,
bit of
cu
magic,
lumină
they
solară,
will
cu
take
puțină
time to
magie,
grow.
vor dura un pic până
Let's
să
see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's
crească.
fancy or roses?
Și cum trebuie
Dittany's
făcut.
restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor
Bun,
Sharp's
asta este
class.
prăsinelul. În 10 minute.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany
Odată
will be ready to use in
ce se
Wiggenweld
dezvoltă,
potion.
prăsinelul
I'll
poate
let
fi
Professor
folosit în
Sharp
poțiunea
tell you about
Wiggerweld.
Now, what say we branch
Acum
out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora.
introducem un
The
alt set de
Chinese
plante.
chomping cabbage.
Chinese
You'll find
cabbage
that some
cabbage.
plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew.
Este intrarea voastră.
Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
Da, doamnă profesoară.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has
Doamna
kindly offered to
Pruitt.
accompany you. Come back and see me when
Domnul
you're
Pruitt
finished. Oh,
vrea să te
and
ajute.
mind your fingers. They do bite.
Poate să și muște aceste plante. Privet. Așa chema numele de
Hello.
fata mamelor
Saw
lor.
you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander.
Leander.
I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But you'll lead.
Trebuie să merg în fața lui domnului Privet. Cred că este unul
Nice
dintre
work in
ascensorii
defense
lor
against the dark
Wesley și a
arts, by the way.
fatelor săi.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh,
Mulțumesc.
thank
Pentru
you.
că l-am învins pe Sebastian la
Here
duel.
we are.
Este foarte bun
Home
în
of the
acest
Chinese
domeniu.
chomping cabbage.
Este a doua
Go on.
seară.
Grab a few of those cabbages. Just
Te
mind
sani
your
aceste
fingers. I almost
chestii.
lost a thumb once.
Don't worry. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Și ce fac cu ele? Și cu ce atac? Bun. Acum ce fac? Cum apăs asta? Așa.
They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on.
Cred că l-a tăinat pe ăla.
Some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her
Bun.
de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid
Bine
boot
că am
shooters and
reușit
bouncing
să
bombs.
fac
The
acest
kind of
lucru.
plants that'd have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but well,
Mai dați
imagine
că n-a
that wasn't a
fost un
dummy.
manechin. Am imaginat deja
Trust
acest
me,
lucru.
Leander. I was imagining it the entire time.
You were. I mean, of course, you're not someone to be trifled with.
Am văzut asta.
Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too.
A dat
Ones your
acea altă
parents
plante.
wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we
Păi,
probably ought to head back to class.
descoperă ideea.
Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Acum trebuie să mă întorc la doamna Garlic. Pe aici. Trebuie să cobor din nou în această seară.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves. I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Am făcut acest lucru.
Remarkable plants, aren't
Plante
they? I
remarcabile.
hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or
N-am
missing
văzut
digits.
mușcător, n-am văzut
Good,
eclipsă.
as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Sunt încântată că te pricepi ce mai bine.
Magical plants have so much to offer.
Sunt dornic să învăț mai
I'm
multe,
eager to
pentru că
learn more.
plante magice au
I'm
multe de
glad.
oferit.
Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything.
Pare că este
Do come
totul.
by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Bine, o să mai vorbim. Place să mai comunic cu studenții mei. Bun.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Acum ce trebuie să fac? Bun, am făcut Ierbologie, mă duc la poțiuni. Mergem la clasa care este predată în seria de către J.K. Rowling de profesorul Severus Snape, dușmanul lui Harry Potter și al tatălui acestuia, cel care a fost într-o relație de iubire cu mama lui Harry Potter, dar un cuvânt greșit a dus la stricarea acestei prieteni îndelungate.
Professor Black would never allow that.
Bun. Să vedem cine este profesorul.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at
Poțiunea
this school.
este una dintre
As
cele
fifth
mai
years, you will be
grele și
required
cele
to
mai
reach new heights of both discipline and intellect.
materii predate la această școală.
You will begin this term by brewing a
Trebuie
Wiggenweld
să
potion.
preparăm poțiunea Wiggenweld.
Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Hai să începem. Scapă-te omul ăsta. Ce ți-ai făcut aici?
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Trebuie să învăț în sensul trigonometric.
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Trebuie să pun sucul ăsta. 2 picături. 3, 4, 5. Trebuie să învârt în sensul acelui de Sonic. Să învârt pe aici.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Să vedem ce aici. E mulțumit?
Not an easy potion to brew.
Foarte bine
well
făcut.
And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion. Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Bun, aici este
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Garrett Weasley.
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. Just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Bun. Găsim aici.
A well-prepared ritual.
Unde sunt restul? Boarding și books. Unde sunt restul? Mai este... care? Asta. Poate să vorbesc cu Garrett Weasley.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Poțiunea Edurus. Ce te-ai făcut?
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
Bun. Asta te-ai făcută. Dar ce te-ai făcut? Se încarcă aici. În 4 secunde gata. 3, 2, 1, 0. Durus. Trebuie încă 2 ori, da.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Ce se întâmplă aici?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor, again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Uite aici pe domnul Sharp. Vorbesc cu el.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Nu știu ce te referi.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That will be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Clasa este terminată. S-a sfârșit ora. Acesta este videoclipul pe ziua de astăzi. Nu uitați de un like, un share, un subscribe și noi ne vedem data viitoare.